of those have gone into overtime, one into double overtime, and one that wasn't in overtime was a 2-point win for the Tigers. Now Cumberland comes out. The ball is in the air. It is tipped and controlled by Campbellsville. A quick throw by the official. He might have caught Norris off guard a bit. Either way, Campbellsville opens up with the ball. Graham, top of the key. Cumberland in a man-to-man. She'll give it up to Turner, and she'll run the offense. Turner, bounce pass over to the right wing to Faulkner. Looking for somebody down low. Loses the handle momentarily. Tucker guarding her closely, and now it's going to go through Graham's legs, and now she's going to hit the ground and kind of flip it over to another player, but before anything can happen, the shot clock goes off, so Cumberland opens up with a nice defensive stop to open up the ball game. So Cumberland now with their first offensive possession in this twilight defense, as Coach likes to call it. It's a bit of an extended 2-3 zone. They'll pick you up at almost half court. Cumberland was able to break it initially, got it down to Caitlin Oliver down low, but she misses the layup underneath. Back on the other end, Gregory goes baseline and tries to kick it off over to Graham, and that one goes out of bounds. So 2 turnovers in the first 2 possessions of the ball game for the Tigers. They'll pick Cumberland up in a full court man-to-man. Norris will inbound the ball. They'll get it to Tucker, and then Tucker will give it right back over. Now to Patton, left side. Patton trying to go in the corner to Tucker. She almost loses it, then able to get it back. Now finds Tucker down in the corner. She kicks it over to Oliver. Oliver in the same spot she was at a moment ago. This time she makes it and she's fouled. So KO to the free throw line. And Cumberland so far handling this press pretty well. Oliver, the senior, to the free throw line. She has had struggles at the free throw line, only shooting 41%, leaves that one well short. Tigers going to push. They get a bounce pass inside, low block, kissing it off the glass is Durham, and that one falls. Twos are gained. Lindsay in transition. They find Tucker down in the corner, back up to Norris left wing, and then she tried to go to the high post to Lindsay, and Lindsay had made her way back out to the top of the key, and it's turned over. So Campbellsville back on the attack. Top of the key, handling the ball is Turner. Turner bounce pass to the high post to Faulkner. She'll let it fly from there. Shot on the way, left short. Norris tips the ball out. Tucker had it momentarily. Now it's on the ground. Faulkner wrapping it up kind of with her legs. It will result in a jump ball possession arrow with the Phoenix. Once again, the Tigers will pick up full court. They get the ball into Patton. Patton goes over to Norris, and Norris brings it up the court at the left sideline. Now down to Tucker. Dangerous pass. She's able to track it down, but now she gets it stolen as they trap the ball in the corner. Pushing in transition. They get it into the corner. Turner, 15-footer left side, no good. Offensive rebound and putback is good by Durham, and she's fouled as well, so she'll go to the line to try to complete a three-point play. This Campbellsville defense is going to try to trap you in multiple places. You've got to be very active if you're going to play this defense. You've got to have hands up at all times. They play it really well. You don't see many teams able to pull this type of defense off, but they've been running this defense for quite some time. The and one is a make, as Campbellsville opts to put nobody on the free throw line, and why not with Durham drilling that one. Cumberland breaking the press. They get it over to Lindsay, top of the key, takes it to the left side to Patton. Patton shaded to the backside, tries to get a bounce pass inside to Tucker, and it goes out of bounds. And Cumberland is not handling this very well in the half-court set. They're doing a pretty good job breaking the timeline in the backcourt, but once they get into their half-court set and they get that secondary trap, it's giving them some fits at the moment. Cumberland will fall into a man-to-man. They get it down in the corner. Graham has it. Trying to go inside, and it's stolen. Patton got her hand on it, came away with it. Now they'll get it up to Norris up the right sideline, who goes back to Tucker, gives it back to Lindsay, top of the key. Lindsay, bounce pass to Norris. She'll take it baseline. Off the glass, no good. They're going to call a charge. And that's a good call, as Durham had her feet set back there. And that's going to give us our first look in the ball game of the sophomore Karis Watson out of Bartlett, Tennessee. Karras has played very well in the month of January. Has really been a spark plug for Cumberland off the bench. See if she can do it again. Cumberland needing it offensively. Only 2 points on the board at the moment. Skip pass over to the left wing to Graham. 3 on the way, no good. Oliver with a great block out. Grabs it, takes it up the court herself. And the best way to keep them out of that trap in the backcourt is not to let them hit a shot. Lindsay, top of the key. Trying to attack. They'll back off of her. And they look like they're going to fall into a man-to-man here. Cumberland recognizing it. And Cumberland's going to clear it out, let Lindsay go to work. She's going to go off the glass, and she's fouled. Picking up the foul is Lauren Turner. So Janisha Lindsay, the senior, to the free throw line, a 58% shooter on the season. And Cumberland could use these after opening up with the first bucket of the game. They have not scored since, now trailing 5-2 with 6:35 to play in the first period. That one rattles home for Lindsay. She'll have another. Number 2 is good as well. Makes it 5-4 with 6.5 to play in the opening period. Over to the right side. They get a bounce pass to Gregory. She'll take it to the top of the key. Dribble handoff to Turner. Turner over to the right side. Can't get the shot off. Now she'll get it into the corner. I believe that's Graham with it. As they swing it around the horn, trying to find a gap in this defense. They do a great job attacking. A bounce pass inside to Durham, who misses. They get the rebound and kick it back out to reset the offense. They're trying to go to Durham on the block as much as possible, it would appear. Graham with it now, right wing, now down into the corner. They find Turner. Turner back to Graham. Bounce pass high post to Faulkner. She'll let it fly. Back iron no good. Lindsay with the rebound. Lindsay will bring it up the court. Under a lot of pressure by Gregory. Lindsay's going to get it down to Tucker in the low block. Tucker makes a move off the glass and in. Cumberland back out in front by 1. 6-5 now your score. Turner's going to push here in transition. Nobody picks her up. She gets it over to Graham for a 3 on the left wing, and she drills it. Nobody stopped Turner in the open court. She sucked that defense in, and they made her pay with a shot from the outside. Lindsay now in transition. Gets nudged out of bounds. A lot of contact, no call. It will result in a turnover, and we're going to get 4 new faces into the ball game. Madison Kaiser has checked in, as has Caitlin Hall, Madison Stewart, and another player whose name I'll get for you here in just a moment. And Stewart, as soon as she steps into the ball game, the lefty hits a 15-footer right at the free throw line, and that gives Campbellsville an opportunity to get back into that 1-2-2 full court press. We're going to break it over to Tucker at the elbow. She examines the floor, cross-court pass to Patton. And Patton is going to be fouled as she tried to split the double team coming. That'll bring us to a media timeout. 10-6 is your score. Basketball on the Cumberland Sports Network. Back in a moment. Not been able to do that, and it has resulted in a 4-point deficit at the moment. Cumberland with the ball coming out of the timeout. Tigers going to be in that 1-2-2 zone. They want to shade you to one side. Oh, and Tucker backdoor. Great look by Lindsay, and she lays it up underneath. They try to shade you to one side of the court and then trap you on that side. You don't see many teams play that type of defense. And now we're going to get a foul on the inside and maybe a little bit of a poke in the eye. Obviously unintentional as they get Stewart, as she made a series of ball fakes in there. And she's going to come out for a moment to compose herself as Faulkner will come back in. Ginger Colvin at half court to greet her as she comes off, make sure her player's okay. A lot of respect for this program in Campbellsville. They've done a fabulous job building a program under Ginger Colvin. Campbellsville gets the ball inbounds and bringing it back out front will be Caitlin Hall. They'll go over to the right side, now up top to Graham, who swings it back over to Hall, and on the baseline they'll find Faulkner. Everybody fell asleep. She came wide open in the short corner on the left wing, and she drills it. Makes it a 4-point lead for the Tigers. Lindsay across the timeline, takes it down to the elbow, gives it back to Patton. Patton into the lane, kicks it over to Tucker in the corner. Now they find Oliver at the high post. She ball fakes, can't get the shot off. Now they'll find Patton in the corner. 3 on the way. Good! And Treasy Patton drills one from the corner and makes it a 1-point ball game. Hall back across the timeline. Cumberland falls into a man-to-man. Bounce pass over to the right wing to Kaiser. Now they go back door to Hall, and Hall is going to be fouled as she finishes. Caitlin Hall, the sophomore out of Stanford, Kentucky, is going to head to the free throw line to try to complete the 3-point play. And once again, the Tigers will pull all of their rebounders off the line. And that's going to get another sub into the ball game for Cumberland, as entering for the first time in the ball game is the junior out of Columbus, Ohio, Carly Codner-Pinto. Number 1 on the way, or the only one on the way, as Hall finishes. 15-11 your score, gives them a chance to get back into that press. They've got the numbers. You're likely to see them in it the entire ball game, and that one's almost stolen. Oliver able to reel it in and a good hit across the timeline. They find a player down in the short corner in the form of Kyra Tucker. She brings it back out, avoiding the double team. Cross-court pass to Patton on the right side. Patton down to the elbow. Now they get it over to Pinto. 3 on the way. Good! Pinto drills one from the left wing. 15-14 now your score. 3 minutes to play in the opening period. Campbellsville with the ball in the lead. Back to Hall, top of the key. She'll call it the play near the logo. Shades over to the right side. Bounce pass to Kaiser on the right wing. Quickly back over to Hall on the left side as they work through their progression. 15-footer on the way. High arcing shot is good by Kaiser on the right side. About 16 feet away from the basket. Cumberland again working against this press. They're able to break it to Oliver. Again, a dangerous pass, and Oliver able to reel it in. Good hands by KO. Left wing, they'll find Watson. Watson back up to Pinto, swings it over to Patton on the right wing. Now back over to Watson. She gets in for a floater on the left side from about 8 feet. Misses the shot. Campbellsville up with the rebound. Hall's going to push. Can't find the numbers. Now bounce pass inside. They lose the handle, and Pinto comes up with it. They're going to push it up to Patton. Again, a dangerous pass, but able to get it to Patton. Her layup on the way. Good and one. And Treasy Patton finishes at the rim, and she's going to go to the line for an opportunity for an and one. That will get Kyra Tucker out of the ball game for a quick blow. And coming in will be the sophomore, Catherine Griffith. Griffith will be the tallest girl on the court at 6 foot. Patton finishes the 3-point play and ties the ball game up at 17 all. Hall back down to the elbow, and Tucker does not come out of the ball game. Excuse me. KO came out of the ball game as Kaiser hits a 3 from the right side. Thought Tucker was coming out. Think maybe she just went over there to get a towel. Tigers back out in front by 3. Cumberland breaks the timeline. Get it over to Pinto on the left side. Now trying to go down in the corner. Deflected, but it goes right back to her. Now they get it over to Watson on the right side. She ball fakes layup on the way and misses the layup. Did a great job getting to the spot and ball faking, and then just missed the shot. That's 2 point-blank shots Cumberland has missed. Right now the difference in the game, and now a block shot on the other end as Patton swats Faulkner's shot out of bounds. And it looks like Lauren Turner has checked back into the ball game, as has Madison Stewart. She appears to be okay after getting poked in the eye. Faulkner and Hall will check out. Cumberland sticking with their 5. Oh, Kyra Tucker has come out of the ball game as Oliver has come back in for the final minute of the first quarter. Cumberland trailing here at home by 3. Oh, and a steal. As Pinto comes away with it, then hands it off to Patton, and now it's on the floor as they steal it back, and we're going to get a timeout. And it didn't appear that Campbellsville had possession of that, and they still award them the timeout. So after Cumberland comes away with the steal, they turn the ball right back over. It's remaining. The Tigers will have the ball. Campbellsville converting 5 points. So turnovers at the moment, a bit of a wash. Tigers come out of the timeout. They go over to the right side. They get it to Turner. She'll take it to the top of the key. Now another three on the way, and it is good by Kaiser. She hits another one. She only averages 7 points a ball game. She has 8 already. They get it inside to Catherine Griffith, and she loses it out of bounds. So another turnover for Cumberland. That's 7 in the quarter. And now Tigers can hold for the final shot, leading 23-17. Stewart across the timeline. Gets it over to Kaiser on the left wing. Bounce pass over to the right side to Turner. She takes it in to the baseline, gets cut off. Great pass inside. Should be a 3-second call. They don't call it. Griffith with the rebound on the miss. And Pinto puts it up from half court as the horn sounds. Wouldn't have counted if it went. And that's how the first quarter will end. 23-6 leading here on the road over the Phoenix. Right now to only be down by 6. They will open up the second quarter with the ball. Pinto, Tucker, Lindsay, Oliver, and Griffith, your 5 on the floor. As Cumberland works it around, trying to find a gap in this zone. Lindsay with it, top of the key, bounce pass over to Pinto. They get it inside to Griffith. She goes to work, left-handed shot on the way, no good. Gets her own rebound. Second effort on the way, off the glass and in. Great effort by the sophomore underneath. Boy, Cumberland needed that. 23-19, now your score. Bounce pass. They go to the high post in the form of Stewart. Stewart back out to Kaiser, who's going to take it back to Turner. Turner's going to try to lob it in, almost stolen by Cumberland. They'll eventually find Kaiser on the left side. She's working inside the three-point line. Now backs it back out, 7 on the shot clock. Cumberland trying to get a defensive stop. 3 now on the way by Graham, right side, and good. Man, Cumberland played great defense all the way down to that final shot. Pushes it out to a 7-point lead now for the Tigers. Pinto, left wing. Quickly over to Patton, and gets it down to Oliver in the corner on the right side. She's double teamed, picks up her dribble, nowhere to go with it, gets it to Lindsay. Dangerous pass. Lindsay comes up with it. Bounce pass now to Oliver on the right block. Spin move, baseline, shot on the way, and one. Oliver, a strong move on the right block. Spun into the painted area and got it to fall. Cuts it to a 5-point lead. Entering the ball game again will be Jordan Durham for the Tigers. Oliver, 0 for 1 here in this ball game so far. Make it 0 for 2. 5-point lead for the Tigers. Turner across the timeline, over to the right wing. Trying to hand it off to Kaiser. Can't get it to her. Now gets it to her at the top of the key. Back over to Turner, and she's going to reset the offense at the logo. Bounce pass to Stewart, right wing. Guarded closely by Oliver. Now swinging it quickly back over to Turner on the left side. Trying to find Kaiser, top of the key. She gets pushed out to the logo. 5 on the shot clock. They're going to have to put something up. Don't foul. She has to put one up from deep and drills it. Are you kidding me? Turner let one fly from about 4 feet behind the arc and drilled it. That's twice. Cumberland has played great defense, and they've hit a 3 as the shot clock expired. Oliver now in the short corner. She's double teamed. Gets it to Patton. Patton, she's double teamed. Goes right back to Oliver, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds. And it will stay with the Phoenix with 13 on the shot clock. Kyra Tucker's going to enter the ball game, and Treasy Patton's going to head out for a moment. Lindsay's looking to inbound the ball. Nobody guarding her. She's going to kick it out to Griffith all the way out to the left wing, who's going to give it back to Pinto and swing it over to the right side to Lindsay. Lindsay now down in the corner to Tucker. Back over to Pinto. She'll let it fly for 3 on the way. 2, leaves it short. Long rebound, falls into the hands of Graham. She's going to push it up the court, and they're going to lose it out of bounds as she tried to get it up to Turner up the left sideline. And a turnover by Campbellsville will hand it back over to Cumberland. Their 6th turnover of the ball game. Re-entering the ball game is Savannah Gregory for the Tigers. Kaiser checks out. Cumberland trailing here at home by 8 against the number 3 Tigers of Campbellsville. Handed off to Lindsay, right wing. Lindsay trying to break down this defense. Bounce pass inside to Oliver, and she finishes. Great job by Lindsay. Ball faking over to the top of the key and then going right into the gut of that defense. 7 minutes left to play in the half. Into the lane goes Turner, and she is fouled. She's going to head to the line to try to complete or try to knock down two. The shot didn't fall, so no three-point play coming. Both teams shooting the ball well, 64% for the Phoenix and 61% for the Tigers. Turner, the senior, at the line, 87% shooter on the season, and she is not the best free throw shooter. She drills that one. She'll have another one. Campbellsville drastically better at the free throw line as a team, shooting 72% as a squad. Cumberland only 58%, 1 for 2 for Turner. Cumberland with another chance to cut into this lead. Tucker, left side three, no good. Long rebound. Oliver chases it down in the corner just before it goes out of bounds. They'll find Lindsay at the top of the key. Lindsay bounce pass into Pinto, and Pinto finishes. Lindsay doing a great job breaking down this defense out front. Down to a 5-point lead. Now backing in. They dump it off to the big girl underneath, and she finishes. Faulkner at the rim. Well, these teams just right now back and forth. Lindsay with the ball, does it over the right side. They find Oliver in the short corner. She gets trapped on the right side, brings it back out, finds Pinto. Now they get it over to Griffith, who gives it right back to Lindsay. Lindsay with 10 on the shot clock, gets it over to Pinto. Pinto ball fakes into the lane, bounce pass to Oliver, and she finishes. All the guards playing well right now for the Phoenix. You got to attack this zone quick before the double team has time to get there. Post players got to stay ready on the back door. 32-27 now your score. Cumberland trying to chip away at this thing. They get it over to Gregory on the left side, picks up her dribble, gets it to Graham, top of the key, quickly swings it to Turner in the corner. Trying to go to inside, and she's going to travel with the ball. She was trying to bounce it into Durham, and she drug that pivot foot. And it looks like Griffith's going to check out here as Treasy Patton will check in. 5:38 remaining. Cumberland trailing 32-27 here at home. Both teams shooting the ball very well at the moment. We'll see if Cumberland can continue to split that double team as they attack this zone. Right side to Patton. Patton can't get the shot off. Dangerous pass. They get it to Pinto. She tries to take it in. Can't do anything with it. Now Patton shoots the gap and gets the shot to fall from 8. That cuts it to 3. Graham, left wing, man-to-man defense by Cumberland. Now down in the corner to Turner. She'll let it fly for 3 and drills it. Boy, they are red hot from the field. And from behind the arc, they're 6 of 7. Tigers again want to trap in this one, almost like a 1-1-3. Coach calls it a twilight. It morphs and changes as it passes around. It's a very complicated defense. Tucker fadeaway on the baseline is good. And a quick timeout. 4:31 left to play in the first half. 35-31. Phoenix guards splitting that double team and getting bounce passes and chest passes into the post players. So Oliver has done a good job, but you got to give her teammates a lot of credit for breaking down that zone and getting it to them. On the other end, Campbellsville with the ball coming out of the timeout. Kaiser 3 on the way, and she hits it. Good grief. They are not missing from outside. They are 7 of 8. That's 87% from the three-point line. 38-31 now your score. This could be a lot worse. Lindsay, right wing, now over to Pinto, left side. She's trying to get it over to Tucker. Now she finds Tucker on the baseline. Her shot on the way, no good, off the glass. Gets her own rebound, powers back up, and now she's fouled. Well, a lot of effort on that one by Miss Tucker. She's going to go to the line for 2. Hall picked up for her second. Tucker heading to the line for the first time today. 66% shooter on the season. 6 points in the contest. First one on the way, misses it, too strong. Second free throw coming. Misses that one as well. You're not going to beat this team if we continue to shoot below 50% from the free throw line. They break us down, and then they get a layup, and it doesn't fall. And now a foul over the back. Gregory over the back of Oliver. Still not in the bonus, so no free throws coming. Cumberland fortunate not to give up two more there. Trailing by 7 now. They'll lob it into Lindsay. Lindsay going to take it up their court around 3 players all the way down into the paint. Kicks it over to Patton for 3 out of the corner. Rattles out. Hall's going to bring it up the court now, up the left sideline. Takes it. Bounce pass inside. They get it into the hands of Faulkner. She makes a move, picks up her dribble, nowhere to go with it. Kicks it back out to Hall. Hall in the left wing. She's going to back it back up and reset the offense. Takes it to the key. Keeps her dribble alive, and now they're going to call a foul on Pinto. No. They called a moving screen, so a foul on the Tigers. Thought they were going to get Pinto for a reach in. They might have had an argument. Cumberland inbounds the ball. Get it across the timeline. Over to Pinto near the logo. Back over to Lindsay as they examine the floor. Find it to Patton on the left side. Patton gives it back. Now they give it right back to her. Patton looking to get that shot off. Can't find the room. Lindsay down the right wing. She's done a good job breaking down this defense. She's going to get all the way in. Layup on the way, no good. She continues to get into that zone. She's been able to drop it off a few times to some players down low, not able to convert that time on her own shot. They get a great drop-off pass to Durham back door, and Durham finishes. Good look by Faulkner, and all of a sudden this lead has swelled to 9 on the back of 7 threes, and now they steal the ball, going the other way and laying it up. Is Campbell 2:31. Here's your score. We're going to take a quick timeout. You are listening to Phoenix Basketball. Their points are exactly half their points coming from behind the arc. Karis Watson is checked into the ball game for Cumberland as Kyra Tucker heads out. Patton with it left wing. Gives it up to Pinto. Swings it quickly over to the right side to Lindsay. Lindsay over into the corner to Oliver on the right side. She's double teamed. It's going to go out of bounds off of the foot of Campbellsville. And now Oliver will inbound the ball. Gets it to Lindsay. Back over to Oliver in the short corner on the right side. She's trying to take it baseline, does so. Drops it off to Patton, and Patton finishes. Good things are happening when Cumberland attacks the zone and make the Tigers shift and move a little bit more. Cuts it to a 9 with under a minute and a half to play. Hall over to the right wing. Cumberland in a man-to-man. Quickly over to Kaiser on the left wing. She moves over to the right, lets it fly, and hits another 3. 8 of 9 behind the arc. Lindsay at the logo, gets it over to Pinto, left wing. Pinto breaks a double team, gets it back to Lindsay. Lindsay trying to break it down, finds Pinto for 3. She ball fakes, can't get the shot off, and now they'll call a travel. And that'll be a turnover, the 8th of the game for the Phoenix. Campbellsville back on the attack. Going to go to Hall at the top of the key, and it's almost stolen as Lindsay got a hand on it. But they're able to reel it in. Gregory now with it on the right wing. Gets it back to Hall. Hall gets a screen. Shades over to the left side. Now back to Gregory on the right side. Bounce pass inside. Shot on the way and good. They're getting it to Durham almost every time, and she is making them pay. And Cumberland now trailing 47-33. And the shot clock and game clock only about 2 seconds difference. Almost a steal out front. Lindsay able to reel it in. Gets it over to Pinto, left wing. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay splits the double team into the lane. Kicks it over to Watson. Back over to Patton. Patton, 15-footer on the way. No good. Oliver with the rebound and put back. Got to get a stop here as the clock winds down. 5 on the clock. Hall across the timeline. Hall down to the key. Loses the handle. And they're not going to get a shot off. Cumberland doing a great job closing out on that last possession. Is incredible to me. All right. Looks like we are set for second half action. Looks like the starters will come out in the ball game for both teams. For Cumberland, that's Norris, Lindsay, Patton, Oliver, and Tucker. For Campbellsville, Turner, Gregory, Durham, Graham, and Faulkner. Campbellsville will open up the second half with the ball, and Cumberland's gone into a zone themselves. And what do you know? First shot of the game is a 3, or the second half is a 3, and it's a miss. Cumberland up with the rebound, hand it off to Tucker on the right wing. Get it over to Norris. Norris trying to break in that lane. Can't find the shot. Trapped right at the free throw line, desperately looking for somebody, and eventually has to just kind of chuck it back door, and it is turned over. Graham up the left sideline. Quickly is going to slow it down and get it over to Turner. Turner bounce pass, and shot is no good by Campbellsville. Oliver on the deck to pick it up and able to get it out to Norris. Norris up the right sideline and trying to get a bounce pass over to Patton on the left side. And that one's almost turned over, but it's going to go as a kick ball, so Cumberland will retain possession. So Cumberland will inbound underneath their own basket. Lindsay set to do so. She'll lob it into Oliver. Oliver, free throw line, picks up her dribble, gives it right back to Lindsay. Lindsay, our defender, falls down. She's trying to break him down, finds Tucker left side, 3 on the way. Good! Cuts it to 9 with 9 minutes to play in the third. Graham at the logo. Going to go over to the right wing. Cumberland in a 1-3-1, it appears. They go back door. 15-footer is good on the left wing by Faulkner down in the short corner. Tigers going to go back into their three-quarter court defense. They want to trap as soon as you break the timeline. They find Tucker on the left wing. Skip pass over to Patton, who goes down in the short corner to Oliver on the right side. She'll back it back out. Trying to go inside, can't find the passing lane, and again, she's tied up in that corner, and they're going to call a 5-second call. Five-second call is better than a turnover going the other way, I'll say that much. Cumberland's going to fall back into a man-to-man now, I believe. Handling the ball out front will be Turner. Goes over to the right wing. Hands it off to Gregory. Into the lane now. They'll give it to Faulkner for a 15-footer from the high post, and it's good. Cumberland looking to break this press again. They've pressed almost every time. The full court press is a bit of a token. They want to get you on that second or third pass, not the first. Over to Patton on the right wing. Now to Oliver at the high post, and she's going to be fouled. As trying to tie her up was Gregory. Gregory got her on the arm. She picks up her second, first of the half for either team with 7:49 left in the third. Lindsay will inbound the ball underneath her own basket. Lobs it into Oliver. Same play we saw a moment ago. Oliver this time. Ball fakes. Gets it over into the corner to Norris. 3 on the way. Steps into it. Way too strong. Backside rebound by Graham. She'll push it. Down to the elbow. Picks up her dribble now and hands it off to the point guard Turner. Turner over to the right wing. Goes to the high post to Faulkner. Faulkner lets it fly from there. High arcing shot and drills it. KO backed off of her a little bit too far. And the lead now 53-38. Lindsay trying to break the press herself. Gets into the lane. Puts it off the glass. Well off the mark. And pushing will be Gregory. Gregory all the way down to the side. Baseline. Hands it off. Over to the left side to Turner. Back to Gregory. She'll let it fly. That one no good. So after only missing 1 in the first half, they've missed their 2 first threes of the second half. Norris over on the right wing. Gives it up to Lindsay. Back over to the left wing to Patton. Patton bounce pass to Oliver in the short corner. Oliver trying to go baseline. Kicks it over in the corner, and it's turned over. 12th turnover of the ball game for Cumberland. The first 11 resulted in 14 Tiger points. 53-38 your score. 6:47 to go. The Tigers leading here on the road. Third-ranked Tigers leading here on the road. High post. They're going to get it to Faulkner. Faulkner into the lane, running layup, off balance and good. And then she trips over Jordan. Their SI dudes down there taking some pictures. Everybody okay. Tucker, high post, a lot of contact, trying to get the shot off, and eventually she'll be fouled by Gregory. And heading to the free throw line will be, no, they're going to say a non-shooting foul. And coming into the ball game for the first time will be Sydney Goodrum as Tucker will head out. Sydney, the redshirt senior out of Kennesaw, Georgia. They'll lob it into her. She gets the ball at the high post. Quickly over to Norris on the left wing. Norris into the lane as she's going to be fouled by Kaiser. She was riding the hip. And that'll be the third of the quarter. And now Norris will inbound on the sideline. Gets it to Lindsay at the logo to run the offense. Man, 1-2-2, still that twilight zone. They find Norris on the left wing. Picks up her dribble, goes to Oliver at the high post. Shoots to her hands, and then through the Tigers' hands. And Cumberland really fortunate as it went through multiple players' hands and out of bounds. Sometimes it's better to be lucky. Lindsay will inbound, 18 seconds on the shot clock, underneath her own goal, lobs it in to Norris. Norris fade away, no good. And trying to wrap it up, and now they're going to get a foul call. I think they're going to get Lindsay on this. No, they're going to call this one on Goodrum. That will get Madison Stewart back into the ball game as Faulkner will check out. (55-38) is your score. Tigers with the ball in the lead. Just under 6 to play in the third. Handling the ball out front is Hall. She takes it over the left wing. Quickly to Stewart, top of the key. Stewart wants to dribble, handoff, does so to Kaiser. She brings it down to the baseline. 15-footer on the way, no good. Goodrum with the rebound. Goodrum gives it up to Lindsay. Lindsay wanting to push. Takes it across the timeline. Bounce past Patton, right wing. Patton can't get the shot off. Looking for somebody. Finds Goodrum at the high post. She makes a move. Loses the handle. Able to track it down in the corner. Kicks it out to Lindsay, but it's going to be stolen. It's actually going to go into the backcourt and out of bounds. Good effort by Alexis Graham to tip that, but couldn't quite get there quick enough for the steal. 12 on the shot clock. Cumberland now down 17. Get it to Lindsay. She'll take it across the timeline. Lindsay into the lane, high off the glass and in. Hall will push up the left sideline, takes it to the top of the key. Dribble handoff to Kaiser on the right side. Well outside the three-point line, picks up her dribble at the top of the key, looking for somebody. Eventually finds Stewart on the right side. Stewart into the lane, and she's going to be fouled by Goodrum as they're going to call Sydney for riding her hip. 4:49 left to play, non-shooting foul here in the third. Cumberland trailing 15 at home against the number 3 Tigers of Campbellsville. And Lindsay's going to come out here as Pinto will check back in. Lindsay needing a blow. She looks gassed. Get it into Hall. Hall will run their offense. Now over the right side to Kaiser, looking at a man-to-man defense. Ball fakes, can't get it inside. And now they call a 3-second call. So a turnover on the Tigers. Cumberland has a chance here to chip away at this 15-point lead. Oliver across the timeline, up the right sideline, gets it over to Pinto on the left wing. Back over to Patton, top of the key, swings it to Oliver at the high post. Back door, they're trying to go to Tucker. Not a very good pass. Tucker on the deck as she basically sits on the ball. And they're going to call a foul on the Tigers. And the Tiger faithful behind me not agreeing, and I'm not going to argue with them. I think Cumberland might have got one there. Fresh shot clock. Pinto looking for somebody. They'll lob it out to Oliver. Outside the three-point line, and now Pinto will come get the ball Quickly over to Tucker, left wing. Tucker takes a dribble and then gets it to Oliver at the high post. Oliver attacking trying to go off the glass, but it's partially blocked. Pushing in transition is Stewart. Down in the corner. Now they'll find Hall in the wing. She can't find anybody. Almost stolen. Patton got a hand on it. Get it over to Kaiser. Kaiser drops it off to the big girl. She misses, and Oliver with the rebound. Durham had it at point-blank range and couldn't finish. Oliver across the timeline, down to the elbow on the right side. Quickly over to Tucker, left wing. Pinto let it fly, top of the key, no good. Goodrum underneath, and she is fouled on the rebound as Stewart got a push in the back. That will bring Cumberland to the bonus, but we'll have to wait a moment as we come to a media timeout. So Sydney Goodrum shooting free throws when we come trailing by 15 here at home with 3:45 remaining in the throws. She is statistically the best free throw shooter on the team at 79%. And right on cue, she misses that one, and Cumberland's woes just continue at the free throw line. They're now 3 of 8 in the ball game. That's below 42%, which is below their season average, but unfortunately not by much. Second free throw is good. Cuts it to 14. Hall across the timeline, down to the elbow on the right side. Bounce pass to Graham. Graham gets a screen, brings it back out. Cut off. Back over to Hall. She's going to spin to the baseline. Now gets a bounce pass inside, but it's stolen. Goodrum comes up with it, and Goodrum is going to lose the handle. A lot of contact, but Hall comes up with it. Now Hall bounce pass inside. Layup no good. And eventually it's going to go out of bounds off of Cumberland. And it's Alexis Calhoun is the mystery player that has come into the ball game. As Campbellsville misses a shot on the left side, able to get the offensive rebound. This time Goodrum able to come up with a loose ball. In transition, Goodrum making a move. Layup on the way, off the glass, no good, but she is fouled again. So she'll go back to the line for 2 more free throws. Calhoun, Alexis Calhoun, the junior out of Lebanon, Kentucky. Goodrum's first free throw bounces around and falls out on the left side. Subs into the ball game as Lauren Turner will check back in, as does, I believe that's Savannah Gregory. Yes. And she misses number 2. So normally a very good free throw shooter, goes 1 for 4. Keeps it a 14-point game with under 3 to play in the third, and now a foul is whistled on Cumberland as Griffith was trying to hedge a pick and got her with the hip. So Calhoun comes out of the game here, and coming back in will be Stewart. Oliver's going to come in as Goodrum comes out. Tucker also is going to come in for Griffith. So your starting 5 minus Lindsay in there for Cumberland, as Pinto will handle the point guard duties. Turner at the logo, working against him man-to-man. Bounce pass to the high post. 15-footer on the way, and they're going to call it for the foul as Savannah Gregory hits one from the high post. What once was a close game most of the first half has just become a 57-41 game. Free throw is no good, so Cumberland only gives up 2 on the foul. And now Pinto trying to go back door, I think just lost the grip of the ball as that one flew out of bounds about 10 feet above the intended target. 15 turnovers now for Cumberland. Gregory with the ball, top of the key. Picks up her dribble over the left side. They get it into the hands of Turner. She's going to go into the lane. It's going to be poked out of bounds off of Cumberland, so it will stay with the Tigers. Lindsay's going to come back into the game here. Pinto will check out. Also coming back into the ball game will be Jordan Durham for the Tigers. They'll get the ball into her on the far side. She quickly gets it to Gregory at the high post. Spin move into the lane. Shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Patton. That'll be her first. Nobody in foul trouble at the moment. But heading to the free throw line is Savannah Gregory. Freshman out of Scottsville, Kentucky. 65% shooter on the season. This is number one. She'll have another one. She has not been to the line here today. 5 points in the contest. 3 players now in double figures for Campbellsville. Kaiser, Faulkner, and Durham. Second free throw is good. Lindsay across the timeline, has it at the logo. Under 2 to play in the third. Gets it over to Patton, right wing. Patton back up top. Quickly over to the left wing. They get it to Norris. Norris into the short corner to Oliver. Oliver makes a move back to Norris. 3 on the way, no good. And Norris's shot just has not been on today. Yet to score in this one. The same way it was the other day against Georgetown. Now she gets a steal. She's going to the open court. She's got a one-on-one. Goes to the other side. Layup. Good. To finish that thought, Norris had not shot the ball well against Georgetown and hit 2 huge threes down the stretch. Cumberland has cut it to 15 again. The goal, I would think, is to get it to 10 by the 5-minute mark, but they just give up 2 more underneath the goal as we get to the 1-minute mark in the third. Over to Norris on the left side. Norris gets a bounce pass over to Tucker. 3 on the way. He rolls out. Patton trying to rebound. It'll go out of bounds off her hand. Kaiser is checked back in for the Tigers. Gregory will check out. Under a minute to play now in the third. Handling the ball out front is Turner. Gets it over to Kaiser on the left wing. Back door, they're going to get it back over to Turner, and Turner's going to be fouled by Lindsay underneath. Lindsay will pick up her second. Nobody with more than 2 for the Phoenix. She hits number 1. She'll have another. And hits number 2 as well. It is now a 19-point lead with under a minute to play in the third. Oliver in transition is going to be fouled as Durham got her on the arm. Cumberland did a great job breaking the press that time. Oliver had a full head of steam. And she's going to go to the free throw line. Oliver here today, 10 points in the ball game, 7 rebounds, 0 for 2 from the free throw line. She'll have 2 more chances here. Drills number 1. Only a 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock now here in the third. Number 2 on the way, front iron, and doesn't fall. Ball out of bounds off of Cumberland. We'll go back over to the Tigers. Turner pushes it up the right sideline. Picked up by Lindsay. She'll now back it up at the logo and set up a play. She'll take it to the right side. Bounce pass. Gets it into the hands of Stewart. Stewart back up top. 3 by Graham. Ball fakes. Now takes a step in. Great defense by Cumberland getting out to contest, and Cumberland with the rebound. 15 on the clock. Cumberland can have the final shot here. Lindsay down the right sideline all the way down to the baseline. Crosses over. Keeps her dribble. Finds Tucker. 3 on the way. Well guarded. Misses it. And the ball's going to go out of bounds, and there's only going to be 1.6 left. So as long as Cumberland doesn't foul, they'll just have to put up a full quarter here to try to, they'll just inbound it and let the clock wind down. And that'll do it. 62-44 is your score after 3. Cumberland's got a mountain to climb on the Cumberland Sports Network. If not the country, only gives up, I want to make sure I get this right, 58 a game. And they've already given up 62 in the first 3 quarters. Missed shot is off by Campbellsville, but we're going to get a foul on Hall, I believe, underneath on the rebound. So Cumberland will be inbounding underneath their own basket. Lindsay underneath her own basket. Looking for someone. Has to chuck it out to Tucker. Gives it to Patton. Patton ball fakes as she traveled with the ball. Cumberland's got to get some stops in this quarter. Early, too, to get themselves back in this ball game. Campbellsville's not going to make a lot of mistakes on the offensive end. And they will not be likely to put it in the cooler quite yet. Hall, top of the key, over to the left side, 9 on the clock. Gets it down in the corner to Kaiser. Kaiser trying to get it inside, can't do so. Kick ball. 5 on the shot clock. It'll stay there as Campbellsville, no, they will reset it there with the kick ball. To 15, not a full reset, but a 15 reset. And there you go. Uncharacteristic turnover as they try to go down in the corner to Graham, and they just a little bit of an errant pass. And that will get a sub into the ball game. First time I'll be able to call this young lady's name, Shyla Galbert, freshman, will come into the game for the first time. Lindsay into the game, gives it over to Patton, right side, goes right back to Lindsay in the corner. She'll let it fly, foot on the line, rolls out on her. And coming up with the rebound is Calvert. Calvert quick. She'll bring it up, gets it down into the corner to Graham. Graham can't do anything with it. Back to Calvert. Over to Kaiser on the right wing. Goes to the bounce pass, high post. Now they go down low to the big girl. Her first shot's no good, but the second effort she's going to be fouled on Norris was trying to block the shot, and Durham will head to the line. Durham, the junior, out of Georgetown, Kentucky. 64% shooter on the season, averaging 9 points a game. First shot on the way, and it is good. She'll have another. She now has 12, 2 for 2 from the line, 5 of 9 from the field. I mean, as a team, they're 24-41. Second shot is good as well. They haven't hit a 3 yet in the second half, but they hit 8 of 9 or 8 of 10 in the first half. Patton with it over the left wing. Now they get it down in the corner, and it's turned over as Tucker tried to get it to Oliver in the middle of the paint. Campbellsville on the attack. Poked away by Tucker. And now Norris is going to foul as she tried to chase down that ball. And I think Norris, maybe a bit of frustration here as she picks up her 4th foul. Only 2 points in the ball game for Micah. And that's going to get Karis Watson in for her. Graham will inbound. She'll get it up to Calvert, and Calvert will run it. Has it at the logo. Goes over to the right wing, working against the man-to-man. Bounce pass over to Faulkner, who goes right over, back over to Calvert on the left side. Now they find Faulkner on the low block. Can't do anything with it. Now they find Faulkner at the high post. Eventually gets rid of it. Gets it over to Kaiser. She's going to drive baseline and lay it up. 8 minutes left to play. This second half has belonged almost entirely to the Tigers. Cumberland has not really given themselves a chance to get back in this ball game, giving 66 points up with more than 7 minutes left to play. Patton, right side, 3 on the way, leaves it short. Lindsay battling for the rebound, comes away with it and picks up the foul. So Lindsay's still battling underneath, smallest girl on the court. Catherine Griffith checks back into the game. Tucker checks out. Pinto checks out. Pinto comes in. Patton checks out. It looks like Hall's going to come back into the game as Graham will check out. Lindsay will inbound, gets it into Watson. Watson, here the logo, goes over to Pinto, right wing. Pinto calls off the pick, now goes over to Lindsay on the right side. Lindsay wanting to go inside, drives baseline, and she's going to be fouled as they are going to get Faulkner on the arm. With 7:26 left to play, down 20, Cumberland cannot afford any more empty possessions. Lindsay into the lane, drops it off for Oliver, and it's turned over as Oliver couldn't find the handle. Now Oliver battling for it, gets on the deck, trying to pull it out of there. And Oliver and Griffith both getting tangled up there. A lot of hustle by both teams. And it will be a jump ball possession arrow with the Tigers. Oliver will have to readjust the ponytail. And the Tigers now with the ball in a 20-point lead with 7:15 to play. Calvert across the timeline, goes over to the right wing, gets it into the hands of Faulkner. Faulkner trying to find Hall, and I believe Campbellsville is starting to put it into the cooler here as they're going to work through some progressions before they take a shot. Get it back to Faulkner, and now we're going to get a quick timeout by Ginger Cole. You're listening to Phoenix Basketball on the Cumberland Sports Network. Back in a moment. Gets the number 3 Tigers of Campbellsville. The Tigers with the ball, 4 seconds on the shot clock as they inbound it. They quickly get it into the hands of Faulkner, and she drills about an 18-footer on the right side. Campbellsville staying in that trap. They play it the entire ball game. Lindsay gets it over to Pinto. 3 on the way. Good. Her second of the game. Stepped into that one. Good-looking 3 by Pinto. Calvert across the line, trying to put it off the glass. Loses the handle. Lindsay might have stripped her now. Full court pass. They find Pinto, and Pinto lays it up on the other end. Cuts it to 19. Over to the right wing, back to Faulkner. They're going to lob it into Kaiser. Kaiser off the glass, no good, but she is fouled. Lindsay over to help her up. Showing good sportsmanship here down the stretch. And heading back to the line is Faulkner, the sophomore, 60% shooter on the season. She has 12 in the ball game. Misses that one. She'll have another one. 4 for 4 behind the arc. Crazy to think they haven't hit a 3 in the second half after hitting 8 in the first. Faulkner comes out of the ball game. Checking back in will be Madison Stewart. And it looks like Savannah Gregory will check back in here in just a moment as well. Second free throw is good. Faulkner will come out, or excuse me. Faulkner comes out as Gregory comes in. Lindsay will bring it up the court across the timeline. Has it at the logo. Gets it over to Watson, right wing. Watson makes a move, trying to lob it inside, and it gets turned over as they got a hand on it. It's Calvert now across the timeline handling the point guard duties. Bounce pass to her over on the left side. And now as they work the ball around, thought about that 3, but then decides against it. They get it inside, and a foul called on Delana Fothergill, the junior out of Somerset, Kentucky, 6-foot forward who checked in a moment ago. I missed that. She's going to head to the free throw line. 78% shooter, leaves that one short. She'll have another. Interesting, Campbellsville the entire game has not put rebounders on the free throw line. Number 2 is good. Cumberland, one of the better defenses in the country, has given up 70 points here at home with 5 minutes to play. Very uncharacteristic of them. Lindsay over on the right side, well outside the three-point line, looking for a screen. Oliver gives it to her, takes it down to the elbow. And now we're going to get a foul before the shot with 5:08 left. And that'll be next one will be 2 shots. The next one will put them in the bonus. So Lindsay will inbound with a fresh shot clock. Kicks it out to Pinto at the logo. Pinto will run the offense. Gets a pick from Oliver. Shades over to the left. Now back over to Lindsay on the right side. They lob it into Griffith. Griffith gets stuck underneath. Goes to the left side and one. As the double team came, and I think she might have traveled. I think Cumberland might have got one there as well. So Catherine Griffith coming to the free throw line. Sophomore out of Knoxville. 43% shooter on the season. She'll have one to try to complete the play. Caitlin Oliver's going to check out of the ball game. Sydney Goodrum's going to come in, but we're going to take a quick timeout first. So as they try to find a way to get back into this ball game. As Griffith finishes the three-point play. Calvert across the timeline. Bounce pass over to the right side. They get it to Gregory. Up top, they're going to swing it quickly back to Calvert on the left wing. Now they'll find Hall. She gets into the lane. Layup on the way. No good. Watson with the board. Watson gives it back to Lindsay. Lindsay quickly across the timeline as she pushes the ball all the way down in the corner. Gets it up to Watson. Three on the way. No good. Lindsay with the rebound. And she'll back it back out. Now they call out the play. And Lindsay's going to be fouled, handling the ball out front by Calvert. Her first, and now heading to the free throw line will be Lindsay. Lindsay in the ball game, 4 points. 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 9 assists. Far and away the most in the ball game. Misses that one. Cumberland now 6 of 15 from the free throw line. Second is good by Lindsay. Calvert bringing the ball up in no hurry. Across the timeline at the logo. Going to go over to the right side. Gets it to Gregory on the right wing. Now up top to Fothergill, who swings it back over to Calvert on the left side. Bounce pass to Hall. Top of the key. Back over to Gregory on the right side. They give it right back to her. 3 on the way. No good. Lindsay with the rebound underneath. Kicks it out to Pinto. Pinto telegraphed the pass over to Watson on the right side, and Cumberland fortunate that one wasn't turned over. A bounce pass might have been better there. And some subs coming in the ball game. A bit surprised by this. Durham, Turner, and Faulkner checking back in. The starters coming back in with under 4 minutes to play. And Cumberland's going to promptly turn the ball over. That'll be their 19th of the game. They've given up 22 points on 18 turnovers. Campbellsville with the ball. Give it up to Hall. Now they get a bounce pass inside to Durham. Her shot on the way and good on the right side. She now has 15 in the ball game. One of 3 players for Campbellsville in double figures. And coming into the ball game a moment ago, I didn't get her name out there. Nia Flowers, the junior out of Illinois. She is fouled, and she's going to head to the free throw line. Flowers on the season, a 66% shooter. She'll have 2 coming with 3:16 to play. Leaves it short. Cumberland now 7 of 17 from the free throw line. Number 2 on the way. She's able to hit that one. Turner with the ball at the logo. Cumberland appears to be in a 2-3 zone. Bounce pass to the high post, and Cumberland comes away with it. Now it's on the ground, and eventually Watson's going to come up with it. She'll push it up the sideline all the way down to the lane. Stop, pop, 8-footer, good. Great shot by Karis Watson. Now Turner will again take it to the logo, near center circle, call out a play as she looks at a 2-3 zone. Over to the right wing, they get it to 33, who also just checked into the ball game. A lot of subs coming in here. That's Sammy Rogers. Now down in the corner, they'll go to Hall. Hall's going to kick it back out as they get it back to Turner, and again, they're in no rush. Why would you be? 3 on the way by Hall, and she drills it as everybody sagged off of her. Two minutes to play. Goodrum with it, left wing. Into the lane, kicks it out to Watson. Watson trying to go down to Pinto, and it's stolen. Faulkner in transition is going to be fouled as Watson got back to try to stop the easy layup on the other end. So Madison Faulkner, the sophomore, back to the free throw line. First free throw on the way. And it is good. She'll have another. First time to the line for the sophomore. 13 points in the ball game. And we're going to get some subs in here for Cumberland, as we're going to see Kaylene Pridemore into the ball game for Cumberland. Number 2 is good. Also into the ball game for Cumberland will be Caitlin Norman. Norman from Westmoreland. 1:50 left to play. Flowers with it at the logo. Gets it over to Pinto on the left wing. Pinto, bounce pass over to the right side to Goodrum. Gives it right back to Pinto. Pinto now into the lane. One-handed shot on the way, no good. It's blocked. Falls into the hands of Goodrum, and Goodrum is fouled on her putback. Things aren't going to get much easier for Cumberland in this home stand as Goodrum hits number 1. They'll have Lindsey Wilson and Shawnee State as their next 2 opponents. So they get 3 consecutive opponents that are ranked in the top 10 here at home. Got to be able to pick up 1, if not 2 of them. This one's not going to be one of them as they trail 77-58 with under a minute and a half to play. Calvert, top of the key, swings it over the left side to Hall. Back to Calvert. Hall now another 3 on the way, and she drills another one. Back-to-back 3s by Hall. Makes it an 80-58 game. Flowers, left wing, bounce pass inside to Norman, and that's almost stolen, but they're going to call a foul first on Rogers. And that will send Norman to the free throw line. Kayla Norman, a 5'10" freshman out of Westmoreland, Tennessee. First free throw on the way, and it is good. Norman plays well when she's in the ball game. Hard to find her way into that rotation. Seeing her a little bit more here and there. Second free throw is good. Looks great on those free throws. Calvert hand on the ball at the logo. Now under a minute to play, they're just going to dribble and let some time run here. Cumberland's going to come up, put a little pressure on them, make them pass the ball. They'll get it to Hall. Another 3 on the way on the right wing. This one no good. Long rebound, though. Calvert able to track it down. She'll bring it back to the logo, and they'll do it again. Oh, they go back door. Nobody. And everybody just got caught watching the ball, and Sammy Rogers was just wide open back door as they lobbed it in. The official with a timeout here, talking to the scoreboard operator. Not sure what the conversation's about, but they're trying to make sure something's right. And now the shot clock will be off, and this will more than likely be the last possession of the game as this one will come to a close. Cumberland trailing by 22. Pinto over to Goodrum, top of the key. Goodrum back over to Pinto. She'll let it fly for 3. Shot on the way. Good. Pinto has shot the ball well in this game. And now we're going to bring it across the timeline, and I believe Calvert will just dribble this one out. She does so, and 2 head coaches